Well, we sort of been gathering gear, or gathering sort of gear. What was I saying gear for? Gathering riffs our whole lives.
Yeah.
And so
like a sound checks or the back of the bus, you know, or whenever you have a riff. Yeah, let's always have the. I used to carry around a recorder with me, and then when iPhone came out with their iPhone, they have actually a pretty good recorder on it. So I just use that now, and then and sort of I have a pretty bad short-term memory thing and forget stuff. So if I've got a riff, I just think of one. I pick up a mate's guitar, go, oh, guitar, play. Oh fuck, where's my phone? Then I record it, and basically all through, you know, from being on the road and touring, we've just gathered up all these riffs, and like chorus ideas and verse ideas, and
so that really helps. And I guess mid 2011, we'd finished up. We did Wacken, and then we did Woodstock in Poland, and then that was us coming off the road, then going, okay, let's start maybe
directly after the Iron Maiden tour.
Yeah, and making some new riffs. Yeah. We generally make a lot of new riffs when we do get to making an album. Like the album is probably about 75–85% new riffs.
It is,
but it is drawn influence from old stuff as well. Like,
see, no, yeah.
Well, Ready to Rock was done 10 years ago, so that's
but then we joined that with a song called Rock and Roll.
Yeah,
and sort of like, you know, so
and we had that chant as well that we were sort of working on.
Yeah.
So we sort of really just amalgamated it all and made the song.
Yeah,
and that's what really helps. And yeah.
And then, of course, often what we do is to, like, you notice we say we make riffs, or we never say we write riffs. We never go, I want a riff to go like this. Usually it's just to sit in there and just pick them out of the air, and there they are. But then we get in a room together as a band, and then like me and, you know, Rhodes will be there, the guitars, working stuff out, and then we play it as a band, you know. We usually play it from start to finish, and generally that's the guts of the song, and then we'll just quickly record it, you know, chuck up a few mics, and then make what we call beds of the songs, music beds, and then
we go in the car,
and then we take the CD to the car,
and we just go for a drive,
drive around.
Like I found like a good pub up the road, it was up the coast of the Bay of Melbourne, and we drove up there for lunch, and on the way we made No One Fits Me Better Than You.
Yeah,
which
sitting in the car and just
sitting in the car, just talking about sex, talking about
had the acoustic in there in the car in the front seat. As well, and then we will always have the, you know, in case you want to change the riff on the fly, and then you have the music there, and you just sort of write the riffs down, or the lyrics down, and then that's sort of what we do, and we sort of did that for quite a few months, because Roadrunner and Atlantic and Warner's had the big merger,
so it delayed things a little bit, but it allowed us more time.
But you know, they're sorting that out, and
we're driving around to pubs, which is
we just drive around to pubs.
It's not a bad thing.
Sing about rock and roll and sex and drinking and having a good time.
And but sitting in the car, writing riffs, you know, the world's going past you, billboards and whatever you're seeing, you drive along, just talking about things. You might get almost have some road rage sort of
rage moments.
So, you know,
sort of pump you up a little bit, you know, and it's just it's sort of how we do things.
After a couple of pints.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably some incidents on the road.
Yeah, a couple of incidents. Yeah.
Not recommended, no.
Not fully recommended, but it seems to sort of work for us. We take turns.
We usually take turns because it sort of swaps everything up, changes everything. When you're writing a song, I think for what we find is good is to change environments a lot.
A lot.
Keep it fresh. Always keep things like, you know, moving. So we'll stop off, have lunch, and then I'll drive. And
like when you have lunch, though, you might be there like having a beer and that, and then like just grab the paper.
And then you get and have a look at what you've done and go,
yeah,
either what the fuck were we thinking, or shit, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, or you might read like a newspaper or something and see an article on like a drug bust thing, or a stripper that went too far with somebody and now they're in court, and you go, sounds like a rock and roll song. And then you sort of like, you know, whatever. And then so you get ideas from everywhere, and you just got to be open to it, I guess. And then, but then also there's a shitload of stories we have from the road that we remember, and I don't know, for some reason we remember them when we were in the car driving around. And yeah, I don't know, just in the car, kind of moving. It's like being on a tour bus.
Being off the road for a bit as well we drew influence from that. I think it really, the delay that happened allowed us to write the kind of songs that really brought out why we love rock and roll and why we do this. Yeah. Like Hungry, You know, school is nothing but a waste of time. I'm sick and tired of being led by the blind. Grab a guitar, stole a van. I'm hitting the highway in a rock and roll band. I'm hungry. That's how we feel.
Yeah.
And, you know, back in the game, you know. But I've had a brain fart. How's that start again?
Starts with a delay.
Yeah. And then it says...
It's been a long road, but I'm almost home.
It's been a long road,
There's
but
a lot. It's fade to black. Feel the sting of the sweat on the back of my neck. You know, like back in the game, it's just good to be back playing live again. So we literally felt like we were like caged animals, and someone would be prodding us with a stick, teasing us about going on tour, and just really like that. And now we're 2 days into mastering the record. The dates are all being booked. The tour is coming up, and we're so hungry to get back on the road. It's just... we just really want to play live.
Yeah, we're itching.
You know.
We're itching bad.
And it's just good to have it all lining up like that again.
Yeah. Well, if the riff, if the song feels like that,
feel.
If it feels like a song, like a song about, we generally, the riff will create what is going to be written about.
Yeah.
And the riff for, like, say, No One Fits Me, it feels, it would
feels
be
sexy.
It would be weird if we wrote a rock and roll road song like,
about with that riff.
With that riff.
But the rock and roll road song makes sense to Rita Rock.
Yeah.
Or
and Hungry has to be, you know.
Hungry has to be a fucking, you know. So generally that's the other thing. It's what feel. And in the car, that's where the truth is. I don't know. It seems to really come out there. But I mean, like brothers talking about sex, like we're like mates. We're blokes in a band. Airborne is sort of like when we get on the road. There's only dudes on the bus. We talk about sex a lot.
But like, I guess, like, see, like a woman like that. Why can't I have a woman like that? Joel and I be driving around, and we just see this chick just knocked off work. She's a bit of a 40-year-old scorcher, but she's still, you know, she's still got it like a Sharon Stone or a Michelle Pfeiffer. And like, she might just walked out of an office building, you know, with a cigarette. You just go, why can't I have a woman like that? You know?
Also, the sayings like you'll hear. Like the other thing about going to the pub is you might hear someone just say a saying that they'll say when they're ordering their beer, or they'll say how they're feeling, you know, or something like that. Like and it's sort of just like back in the game was probably one of them where it was like, you know, it could have been something that was on the TV, or someone who just goes, I'm back in the game. You know, like it's something you just pick up on, little things like that.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah. You just got to be open to it though. Like you just can't ignore. You've got to be just listening to everything.
Yeah.
And sort of be
and just be honest.
And like Ready to Rock is another one we've had for a while. You know, like every time I said, "You ready to rock? I'm ready to rock. Let's go out and play." It's something I always used to say before going on stage. Like, "You ready to rock? Yep, let's go." And then like, "What'd you say then? Ready to rock?" And before you're running on stage, you just got to remember it. It's just those little moments.